Just heard a juicy rumor that you are actually a chocolate biscuit. Welcome back, baby dolls. Today we're going to speak about a few things. Top signals appear in different forms and different methods. I just want you to know, why do we even talk about it? Why talk about it? Well, the bull market's coming, okay? It's that obvious. Friends, back in the bear market, I kept speaking about bottom signals every single week, every day. I'm hunting for bottom signals, looking for them, because the crowd's always wrong. The most amount of money to be made is contrarian, is going against the crowd. Of course, you can't just go against fundamental repricing all the time. You don't win. You have to look for signs of exhaustion, okay? Have the buyers run out. That's at the very, very tops, friends, okay? Tops has nothing to do with selling. Are the buyers starting to run out? That's what you're looking for at tops. Remember, I told you, one of the secrets to market, friends, is bull markets actually have nothing to do with those sells. Nothing. It's crazy, right? Opposite for bear markets too, friends. Make sure you like, subscribe, belly button and all, right? The bear markets, when do they end? Has nothing to do with buyers. CZ can't buy it. Michael Chad Zayla can't buy it. El Salvador can't buy it. No one can buy you out of the bear market. You must wait for the sellers to end. Okay? You must wait for the sellers to end. When do the sellers end? Well, you don't always know, but you can guess. You look for bottom signals, okay? You look for the final sellers. It's people like Paul Osman, who, after believing in Bitcoin for all those years, goes into a YouTube comment and says that he's a genius. He's going to sell his Bitcoin at 20,000 and buy it back at like 7,000. Okay? Geniuses like that. All right? Now, obviously, tongue in cheek. So that's why I'm saying to myself, well, Paul Osman should have been bearish for the first 11 and a half months of Bitcoin going down. Not now, finally, after everything's gone down and now everybody's crying. Oh, now you're starting to get bearish? You got to get smart. That's why I'm always thinking about top signals, friends. So look at these top signals, for example, right? Bitcoin euphoria. So Max Keiser bought Bitcoin at $1. It's probably got over 200,000 Bitcoin, okay? He's talking about translation. Qatar will drop $1 trillion into Bitcoin. You see, it's a bigger grift. It's a bigger game. Now, here's the thing. You can use the word grift, which is what it is. Everyone's grifting something, friends. Okay, you turn on the TV, they're telling you, oh yeah, you buy this makeup, you're going to be the hottest looking lady in town. Okay, everyone's grifting something. They're trying to sell you something. But Max, even though he hates altcoins and stuff, which makes sense because he has all the Bitcoin, right? He's doing a favor for the industry. He really is. What he's trying to do is he's trying to get the world money supply and the people who create it. He knows, right? Max is smart. He goes, you guys have printed a lot of money. And what he's trying to do is he's trying to do psychological welfare tricks. He's trying to get in their heads and tell them, what if in your little cabal over there, the world's most powerful reptilian overlords, the IMF, everybody controls the money, what if one of you guys defects and buys Bitcoin before the rest of yous? It means the fastest finger wins. Whoever jumps in first wins. And those are the types of mind games he's trying to send out to the universe, okay? He's very smart, friends. This guy is a genius. He knows what he's doing, all right? He knows what he's doing. So when he's talking to them, that's why he's selling dreams like this to them. He's like, well, you know all that money you got? Printed money, oil money, whatever it is? He goes, you better participate in the digital economy coming up. Now, it's funny, Bitcoin isn't just base money of the digital economy, but they think it's the entire digital economy, and it's not, okay? But you get the point. What it's trying to get them to do is take that fiat, that dirty, stinky fiat, come and permanently place it in the crypto ecosystem. Now, he wants it just with Bitcoin, but we know ETH, BTC, the liquidity is nice and thick. I know you like it nice and thick. Make sure you like, subscribe, belly button and all, okay? He wants that to occur, and then if that happens, that will raise the entire crypto valuation for everyone, okay? So there are different levels to this game, friends. You see, you're watching everyone on Twitter and YouTube, like, oh, golly gee, by the Solana ecosystem, this coin did a 22x. Those are the types of things they're talking about. He is trying to go for the ultra, mega, top tier whales, friends. People who literally run everything, okay? So he knows how they work. He goes, it's game theory here. It really is. He goes, well, all these people, they're all scum. the world's most rich, powerful scum reptilian overlords. And they know they can't be trusted. Why? Because they send messages out to the population, which is counterintuitive, which is lying, fabrication, media manipulation, all of these, all right? Their mindset is that everything is a psyop. Everything, okay? They don't trust anything or anyone. Of course they don't, right? There's CIA everywhere. Everybody's getting spied on. They know Roca Negra being the secret treasury wallet of the US government. They know all these things, okay? So they only have the confidence to know all these because they're in control. But you know what? They can't control one of them, little reptilian dudes, getting some of that fresh printed fiat and dumping it into Bitcoin and actually grabbing Bitcoin off the market and starting a run. So that's what he's trying to send out there to the world. That's the type of signal he's trying to propagate out there. So this is the type, but here's the thing, friends. As we get closer to the tops, so I've told you, right? I agree, yes. The signals are real. These things are real. There's probably going to happen. I hope they happen in our lifetime so we get richer faster. But there are limits to this. You understand? This thing moves in cycles, right? 3 steps forward, 2 steps back. Okay, we're in step 1 right now, 2023, okay? Next year might be step 2, all right? Then we might get some euphoria in 2025 that finishes step 3. Then we've got to go pull back 2 steps, all right? That will inevitably happen. Everything moves in cycles like that, okay? Don't forget that. So these numbers that they're talking about, they'll start to get larger and larger towards the top. I think it's very fascinating to see. Also want to ask you this, okay? Do you think there's opportunity here? Because look, this is the HEX chart. It's a linear chart. Okay, I put a trophy emoji at the top. Why? Richard Hart declared victory with 10,000x, and that was actually the time to sell. There was also the Crown King emoji here, which is basically complacency, which is, this is from the Highest of Stakes movie, friends. So it's basically, you get euphoric, you go down, you get complacent. All right, and now no one's worried here that we just had a minus 70% crash. Everyone's like, well, it doesn't matter that Bitcoin's going to go down. It doesn't matter everything goes up. We're decorrelated, right? And everybody says Richard Hart is king, etc., etc., okay? And those two enormous topping signals, and then you go down. Now we have the emoji for the coffin, which is the bottoming signal, okay? So everything has that classic Wall Street cheat sheet, euphoria, then there's complacency. Remember, what is complacency? Complacency is, it's a big fat drop. But why don't you notice? It's because you're high on the endorphins. You're high on the oxy, sweet, sweet drugs running through your veins, okay? You're not paying attention. You're like, it doesn't matter that we had this big, 30 to 50% drop in a retrace. That doesn't really matter because we're high in the sky. We're still winning, okay? But that's actually the end, okay? It's a sign that the buyers have run out. It's just that the crowd doesn't notice because of the drugs. So it doesn't matter what I say or anybody says when it comes to, raise your profit targets or lower them. This fundamentally doesn't really matter, okay? It doesn't matter because it's human emotion, okay? It's literally pumping through your veins. The only way for me to get you to change your targets is to inject you with something that changes your state of mind. Every single person participating in it, and it's impossible to do that, right? So I want to ask you this, right? From a year ago, Bitcoin is up 2.75x, went from 16K to 44K, and HEX collapsed. It's down 50% still to that point. Actually went down even further, okay? So just checking this, right? So one's up, one's down, all right? So the HEX BTC chart, the real BTC chart, is also down as well. So, and now I'm here to ask you, right? Considering we now have PulseChain launched, the community grew bigger, there's 140 plus content creators, do you think there's opportunity? Now, of course, I'm not going to tell you to buy or sell, whatever, but I just know how markets move. They're not linear. They're not always rational. They don't move on the time that you want them to move, okay? They move just when they're ready, So these are the types of things you just have to be looking for while no one's looking. I know everybody in this ecosystem, we're like, I'm literally all walleted out, man. I've bought everything I can. I completely understand it, but that's just what markets do, man. They just sit there for ages and ages. It takes one person to come and sweep it, So to get the things to start moving, someone has to come sweep, but no one wants to be the first person, okay? No one wants to be first, and no one wants to be last. Everyone wants to be second, okay? Because now they know they're following a trend. So, hey, maybe we start seeing it soon. You never really know. I guess we'll wait and see. Also want to remind you, I'm still in PulseChain and PulseX overweight, right? Compared to HEX. So I still have them, okay? I've shifted because Pulse is layer 1 and new cycle. PulseX is a DEX and new cycle coins as well, okay? And that chart would be represented by this. This is the pulse to hex ratio chart. You got to invert the pair just to make sure you check up the top, friends. Make sure you switch ratio and click on the 3 dots up the top to invert the pair as well. So if this goes up, it means my thesis is becoming more correct. If this goes down, well, obviously people are going to say, oh, you're wrong. It doesn't really matter, friends. This is where I buy more. That's why I've got these rectangles just to prepare, okay? So just to let you know from where I'm in, that's why I'm just be careful, okay? I think I'm in up like 48, 50%. Doesn't really matter. Remember, this is a victory earning hex. So effectively what I've done is if I exited right now, right, and I could get everything out of this price, I have made 48% more hex yield. That's another way to think about it, okay? So it's the same thing as charting against Bitcoin or anything else, okay? If it gets to the target from the top, from today's price, right, if it got to this target, it would be another 100% from there. So I'm not saying to do it. I'm just telling you what I'm doing, okay? You have to take financial responsibility for this, friends, because I've seen what happens, okay? Death threats come, the ratios shift, no one knows what they're doing, they buy the tops, sell the bottoms, etc. Okay, it gets very messy. So I want to go back here. Just want to tell you something. Remember, just remind you, coffin emojis are usually bottom signals, friends. Coffin emojis. There are a lot of coffin emojis out there going out in the ecosystem. I've seen as well, D. Eric Wall is posting more pictures about like Richard Hart and Finland stuff. Now, I'm just going to quickly show it to you, friends. This is one of the things. I can show you thousands of things out here, but, you know, we run out of time all the time. So this is, for example, this is a now deleted tweet. Okay, this is from Sir Eric. And this account here, I think I know who it is. Just what happens, friends, is look. Okay, just explain to you what's going on, okay? People are really passionate about HEX and PulseChain. PulseX, very passionate. And they're very loud. And it's a cult. I call it a cult. I don't really care. Other people want to use diplomatic words like, oh, it's a guild, oh, it's a community. Who cares, man? Everything in crypto is a cult. Have you spoken to normies, friends? We literally are lunatics, all of us. We're literally playing with digital imaginary money, and we're telling everybody, ooh, the future's going to be digital. And they're like, dude, I don't really care. I want to buy my beer. I want to shag my wife. I want to eat a meat pie. I want to go to sleep. Okay? I don't care about you. Woo. Get out of here. All right? That's how they're thinking. Okay? So we're all a bit crazy. Very crazy. So when you see this, cult, passionate, they're so aggressive, so loud, and by they I mean we, all right? So I'll notice in many topics, friends, you don't understand how many videos I watch. It'll be like an hour, and for some reason, halfway through, they'll be like, oh yeah, you're trying to do like a Richard Hart or something. You know, they'll mention Richard Hart, they'll mention HEX or PulseChain, they'll take a jab at it, at a joke at it. I'm like, that's so weird. We had nothing to do with this topic at all. Right? It's just funny how these play out. Now, part of this territory, okay, comes this price that you pay. And the price you pay is because you're making so much noise, the backlash you receive won't be what you want to hear, okay? So you'll be hearing bad stuff just because you're popular, just because there's like so much noise and attention going on, okay? Now, it doubles things, right, when your price is going down as well. Because you know that everyone in crypto only cares about the price chart. Therefore, price chart going down, you're a failure, okay? You don't even said that, Richard Hart. So, you know what I mean? You can use your own talking point against yourself, really. Right? So, but here's the thing, right? What you got to understand is this is me, interpreting the world, when I see these people take a stab at me, they go to retweeting these articles, talking about, oh, it's Richard Hart in Finland, this is the address. Don't think of it from the perspective of, oh, I wish they liked me. I just want them to be my friend. Okay, friends, these people are never going to be your friend. Okay, there is so much scum and filth out there and psychopaths. All right, it's just, you got to accept that. Okay, not everyone's going to like you. Okay, even Jesus has haters. They don't even know the dude. You know what I mean? So what you really got to think of is what I think of. Is I go, okay, today there were 10,000 things advertising themselves to you. Bitcoin, Ethereum, Vitalik being an alien, Nike, Coca-Cola, okay? People trying to sell you everything, OnlyFans, OnlyFriends, YouTube, just thousands and thousands of signals out there. Your own phone, you have messages from friends and family, mum's trying to call you, trying to call her, make sure you call your parents, you know what I mean? All these things are coming, yet for some reason, you have a dedicated space in your brain to post about HEX today, to talk about HEX now, to mention PulseChain, PulseX, Richard Hart. You know how tough that is, friends? If you actually knew how many things out there are trying to steal attention, okay? Facebook, Dr. Google, Instagrams, where all the Insta-hoes are. Everybody's trying to steal your attention, friends. And now they're like making AI to learn how to steal your attention through another AI, okay? So it's one big festival. So you have to really have a true appreciation for how difficult it is with a 99% price chart to be able to retain this type of space in someone's mind, okay? So when I see it, I never get upset, okay? I never get upset. I promise you, friends, I don't have a negative reaction. Like, oh, it's a scam. Oh, it's a scam. I'm like, yeah, this guy's a flop. Probably going to lose in this trade again. You know what I mean? That's all. I really, friends, I have this is, you know me by now. I'm like, yeah, it's all speculation. It's all betting. That's all it is, okay? So the beautiful part is you can actually financially enhance yourself, okay, when it comes to these, okay? If it's just a popularity contest at school or Facebook likes or Instagram, who the hell cares, okay? But with this, you can actually change your life, okay? That's the perspective you got to have. So when it comes to this, look, I'm not telling you don't feel anything. I know it's a natural human reaction, but I just want you to know this is a +1 to our scoreboard, not theirs. That's why it's the greatest. If you go through my Twitter comments, man, this is what I love. I can't believe you're going to ask me, how do you get this conviction? How do you get this conviction? Of course, we're going to play a bit of angel music for these people and their lost souls, okay? Because I will post something many times, nothing to do with HEX, nothing to do with PulseChain. I'll post Solana or Chainlink, or I'm like appreciating a random meme coin, or I'm talking about, hey guys, like Pepe 2.0 launched and Pepe 3.0 and that went up and now old Pepe's not cool anymore. I'm just sharing information and stuff out there, things that I find interesting and cool. And every like third post when it comes to these, someone not in the Hexagon community or PulseChain community will come in and start talking about it, okay? They'll post about Richard Hart, or they'll say, oh yeah, that chart went up, unlike Richard Hart, who dumped on all of you. Like, they just get things wrong. They go, oh yeah, the origin address is dumping on you, but Bitcoin doesn't have one. They just say this stuff, and I love it because, of course, friends, now you're learning off me, okay? So the natural human reaction is to, what do idiots do, okay? I don't want to call them idiots. They just don't know, okay? They're hunchbacks a bit, okay? Normal people, normies, will block them or mute them, or worse, reply to them with big fat essays like, you are wrong because of this, this, and this. We are the greatest community, and blah, blah, blah. Okay. I just let them go. In fact, I'll feed the monkey, friends. I'll feed him dopamine. I'll give him a like, right? Or I'll even join in on them. Okay, yeah, man, we got scammed, didn't we? I join in on them, okay? You're feeding them dopamine. They don't even know they're adding to the community. They're part of the community, okay? Because, like I said, there's 10,000 things they could have spoken about, speaking about your bags. You know how hard it is, friends? Like, there's 50 Arbitrum projects launching a day. Now that's not cool anymore. Then I went to Coinbase. Now it's Solana. Then there's going to be gaming. Now they're going to do Bitcoin ordinals. Friends, you know there's like going to be Dogecoin ordinals now. DRC20 instead of BRC20. See all these things competing for attention. So this is valuable information to me. I'm like, wow, this thing with the price down so much and people who are commenting on topics that have nothing to do with it, all they do all day is sit and think about it. Now, you got to think, for every one post that appears like that, there is 100 people thinking like that. They just don't post. That's about the engagement rate of a lot of these things, about 1%. You know, if you watch YouTube videos, you'll see, okay, you got 1,000 views, there's like 10 comments. Okay, it's about 1%. So think about this. Now, a soy boy will say, okay, but if any of that mattered, the price would be up by now. Okay, it wouldn't be down. That is a soy boy loser approach. That is the person who sells bottoms and buys tops. Okay, speculator or an investor or an optimist or just a Warren Buffett or anybody who's just planning for the future, you got to think in cycles. Okay, I think, you know what? You talk a big game now. Let's see where you are. Let's see how anxious you are. Let's see how scared you are. If I put some big fat green candles in your face, right? You'll probably be begging for the price to stop going up. and I can see that. If I can see that and feel that and smell that, friend, then I know it's a possibility, okay? But before you even get there, you have to do all this groundwork and research. You get conviction. Otherwise, it's just another lottery ticket in your portfolio. Put 300 bucks in this. It'll be like anything else, okay? But, you know, when you add these conviction bullets to the game, friends, this is what really changed your life. It's not this diversification, throw everything at the dartboard. It's these specific, concentrated bets. So let me know what you think in the comment section. Make sure you like, subscribe, bell button, all. Don't forget, he loves you. Catch you soon.